There is one thing here. I will cut this place.
The waist.
The waist. I'll cut it down. So I will
bring the waistline down.
Yes, 1.5 here.
1.5 inches.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a reason for that?
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. So she is doing her thing, but if I may also bring my experience a bit, for example, if you check your waist at the side of her hip, you realize that there's a bit slope.
Yeah.
And if you curve it towards the front side of the waist, you realize that the front side is very down. Here is a bit raised, and this side is down. So if you make it straight, you get it wrong. Yeah. The shape will not come. So it should be like this. Yeah. That's why she brought the measurement down by 1.5 inches. So take note. This is sew with PaulVin. She is sewing with me, PaulVin.
Yeah.
All right, viewers, you are welcome to Sew with PaulVin. You know how I do my things. I never disappoint. I am PaulVin, the lead designer of Sew with PaulVin. As I told you, I'll be going into the shops of experienced designers, experienced tailors, so that I'll be able to bring their experiences to bear on this channel, Sew with PaulVin, for all of us to come and learn. So if you are there in your shop and you think you are good and you want to sew with PaulVin, just give me a call or the number that I just put down there, so that I will locate you wherever you are. You sew for others to also learn from you. You know, you can be a tailor and you don't polish yourself over time. If that's the case, you go blunt over time. Therefore, I'm here in Roxy Clothing. It's a fashion shop in Pokwase with our all-in-one Madam Roxy. Today, I want to ask her what she has for us. Welcome, Roxy.
Thank you.
I hope you're good. I'm good. I would prefer that you speak loud enough for the camera.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you have for us today?
Today, I want to sew pencil slits.
All right. So, you want to show us how to
cut pencil slits.
Cut and sew pencil slits.
Yes.
All right. So, as she said, she wants to show us how to cut and sew pencil slits. Therefore, this video is going to be in two folds. Part 1 will be about the cutting of the pencil slits, and the part 2 will be the sewing of the pencil slits. All right, so without much ado, let's just go to the table and start work. All right, Roxy, so let's start. What are the things that we will need before we can sew a slit?
Okay, you need your cloth.
Okay.
And your tape measure.
Okay.
And your scissors.
All right.
And chalk.
Okay.
And your ruler.
All right.
And your French curve.
Okay.
And your measurement book.
All right. Okay, so I think you have to wear your measurements.
Yeah.
All right. So then show us the measurements. What measurement are you going to use to cut this slit?
Okay, now they are coming to cut pencil slits.
Okay.
And then the cloth have its own pattern.
Okay.
So you use the pattern
of the cloth.
You follow the pattern of the cloth.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. So this is the measurement we are going to use.
Okay.
So we start.
So you have to explain the measurements. The waist.
Okay. The waist of the slit is 32, and the hip is 42. Sorry. And the length is 40.
Okay.
And the knee, shoulder to the knee, is 18.
Is it waist to the knee or shoulder to the knee?
Waist to the knee, sorry.
Okay, so waist to the knee.
Yes.
Alright. But I can see some line here. Is that the hip length?
Yes, that's the hip length.
Okay. So the 42 is the hip circumference.
Yes.
Okay. What about the 67?
The 37 is
the knee circumference.
Yes.
And the 18 is what? The
length of the knee.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the measurement that she just explained. She said we have the waist to be 32 inches, the hip length will be 9 inches, the hip circumference will be 42 inches, the length will be 40 inches, the knee, that from the waist to the knee, will be 18 inches, and the knee circumference, how big the knee will be 37 inches. Alright, so let's start. So you may go ahead.
Okay. So you measure the waist to the length. So the length is 40, and you add the 2 inches to it for the allowance.
Okay.
Okay. So waist to the hip, you chalk 9. From the waist to the hip, 9. And then waist a hip to the knee, 8.
18.
Yeah.
So let me hold your measurement book so that you don't forget the measurements.
Okay. Waist to the hip is 9. Okay. The waist to the knee is 18. Yes. Okay, so you measure the length. The length is 40.
Okay.
Yeah. 40.
Yeah, I think you already did that.
Yes. And the length, you add the 2 inches to it. So you have to copy this measurement to this side.
Okay.
So the length.
So let me hold this one for you.
Alright, the length was 42.
Yeah.
And then I add 2 inches to it to make 42.
Okay.
So
the length was 40. You added 2 inches to make 42.
Yes.
Okay.
So I add 2 inches to it. And then the waist to the hip is 9.
Okay.
And the waist to the hip.
So I hope you mark the waist here, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So there's the measurements. So you have to use the ruler to chalk.
Okay, so what she's doing now is she's connecting the point that she just made into straight lines. So this is what we call partition. So she's doing partition of the skirt.
The other line to the other line.
That's the hip.
Yeah. Here is the knee.
The knee.
Yeah.
What about the full length?
The full length.
That one you won't draw any line.
Yeah, you won't draw any line there. So we are now coming to chop the size of the hip.
Okay.
Or the size of the waist. So
according to the measurements, your hip is.
My waist is 32.
32 inches.
Yes, please.
So are you going to divide it or something?
Yes. You divide it into 4.
Into 4?
Yes.
Okay. So you 32 into 4.
It will make.
That'll be 8.
8, right? And you add 2 inches to it.
You add 2 inches. Allowance, okay.
The waist is 42.
42.
Yes, and you divide it into 4.
That's 10 and a half.
Yes. That's 10 and a half.
10 and a half.
Yeah. Now I want to add 2 inches allowance.
Okay.
And the knee is 37.
Okay, the knee is 37. The knee circumference.
The knee circumference.
Now, are you going to divide?
I will divide it into 4 too.
Into 4. So 37 divided into 4.
It will be 9 and a quarter.
9 and a quarter.
Yes. Use the quarter for it and then you add 2 inches allowance.
Okay.
So that's it. So I'll use the French curve
to join them.
Then you come like this.
Okay.
So you will see the hip size of it in the waist.
But then I didn't see any circumference for the bar.
The bar, yeah, coming there.
Okay.
the down here. I use 8 for the down.
8 for the down. The pencil.
The pencil.
Okay. So that one, are you also going to put allowance?
Yes, I'll put allowance. 2 inches allowance.
Okay.
Right. So I'll use the straight rule.
Okay. So guys, what she's doing is she's showing how to sew a pencil skirt, but she's first teaching how to cut it. So this is a part 1 of this tutorial. So pay attention and let's learn together. In case you also know how to sew well and you want me to come to your shop so that you also show people how she's as she's doing, just give me a call. Take the number that I've put down the screen and give me a call. I'll come to your shop wherever you are. If only you are in Accra or you are in Ghana, just call me. I'll come around.
Okay, so now we are finished chopping the pencil slit.
Okay.
So you can see this.
The pattern.
The pattern on it.
Okay.
So there is one thing here. I will cut this place.
The waist.
The waist. I'll cut it down. So I will
bring the waistline down.
Yes, 1.5 here.
1.5 inches.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a reason for that?
Yes, because it makes it shape. It makes it very nice.
Okay. So she means that when she does this, when she brings the waistline down,
yes,
1.5. Are you going to link it to this side?
Yes, I will link it.
Okay, so she means that it will give it shape.
Yeah.
So that it will be able to cover the waist wall. Right. Okay. Alright, so she is doing her thing, but if I may also bring my experience a bit, you know, the waist, the lady's waist normally is not straight. If you check the waist of a lady at the side of the hip, let me use her for an example. If you check her waist at the side of her hip, you realize that there's a bit slope. And if you curve it towards the front side of the waist, you realize that the front side is very down. Here is a bit raised, and this side is down. So if you make it straight, you get it wrong. The shape will not come. So it should be like this. That's why she brought the measurement down by 1.5 inches. So take note. This is sew with PaulVin. She is sewing with me, PaulVin. All right, let's continue.
Okay, so now we are coming to cut it.
All right, so it's time for cutting.
Yes.
So you put your scissors here.
So I'll cut this place first.
Okay. Wow, it's looking beautiful already. I like my wife, my girlfriend, my daughter, my everything to wear this skirt.
Okay, then I'll cut the
okay, the excess out.
Yes.
So that is why you have to subscribe to this channel. Today we are showing you pencil slit. You don't know what will come tomorrow, and you can see the experiences that we are sharing with you. Please like this video for us, share it to anybody that you think would need this video to watch, and also subscribe to Sew with PaulVin, and let's all grow together. I'll thank you already. Let's continue.
Okay, so now we finish the front, so we have to cut the back side.
Okay, so this is the front pattern.
Yes.
We are now going to the back pattern. So she's folding the fabric so that she'll be able to sew, or she'll be able to cut the back pattern.
Yes. Okay, so I'll put the front to the back side
Okay.
to cut it.
So she's going to lay the front pattern on the back fabric.
So I have to leave allowance at the back for
Okay.
the zip line.
For the zip line. Okay.
Yes,
This in the middle or at the side?
at the back.
At the back.
Yes.
Okay. Around the buttocks area.
Yes.
Okay.
So you chalk the same thing on the cloth.
Okay.
So
she's going to trace.
yes, I'm going to trace it, but the front side, the way I make it down, I won't cut the back the same.
Okay. So how are you going to cut the back? Are you going to raise the back?
No.
You demonstrate it in let's see.
Okay. The way we cut the 1.5 inches from here, so you have to measure the 1.5 here
Okay.
to get the length
To be straight.
to be straight, or you let it be
Okay,
the
so
same length.
okay, because we reduce this side by 1.5.
Yes.
You want to raise it by 1.5 so that when you cut, it will be
same.
a straight line.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to use a ruler or you just want to use rough work?
I'll just
Okay.
okay. So you can see that.
All right.
Yes. And then
But I didn't. I saw that you used experience to place this side, the 2 inches, but I didn't see you use measurements. Are you sure that it's 2 inches?
okay.
Just let's see.
Right here. It's 1.5.
It's 1.5.
Yes.
So 1.5 is okay.
1.5 is okay.
Okay.
There is one secret here too.
Okay.
You have to, you see, ladies, we have hips or you have a bottom.
Buttocks. Okay.
Yes. So you have to shape it like this. Here is the waist. Here is the hip side. Yes. So you let this place you shape it like this. Let's say you can use 1/2 inch. The zip side, you use, let's say 1/2 inch
Okay.
for the back. You remove it from it.
Okay. So you add an allowance of 1/2 inch.
Yes.
So are you going to cut this side?
I'm not going to cut it, but when you are sewing, I'll show you, because I will pass here, and then in this place it will be like a hole.
Okay. Okay. So this time is cutting.
Yeah.
When you are sewing, then you go there.
And then I'll show you.
I don't want the viewers to be confused.
Okay. So here is the zip line.
Okay. All right. So the zip line, did you use any measurements?
Yes. The zip line, you can use 10 or 9. But I use 10 or let's say
You use 12.
I use 12.
Or is it 12 too long?
It's
Sorry.
not that long, but the person is a bit tall.
Okay.
So the 12 is
So you use your measurement according to your customer.
Yeah.
She's saying that her customer is a bit tall,
Yeah.
so she's using 12. But the standard one is supposed to be 10
10
or sometimes 9.
yeah.
So you see, it's creativity. So you add your own stuff to it and then you go.
And then I'll shape it. I'll shape the zip line.
Okay. So
I'm done with it.
okay, so
I'm come to cut.
she just shaped the zip line. You said you put 1/2 inch here
At the hip
at the hip side,
Yeah.
and you length it to this side,
To the
waist. and link it to the knee too.
Yeah.
All right. So the hip side is ½ inch. Then she linked to the waist and linked to the knee. All right. So you are sewing with PaulVin. Let's go on. Crazy.
Okay. So now I'm come to cut it.
All right. So go ahead and cut.
So here is it.
So that's all?
Yes.
You're done?
Yeah.
Won't you cut anything again, any waistband or whatever?
No. As for this one, I will use lining to turn it. So when you are sewing.
Okay, so you're going to use lining to turn it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so it's time for us to cut our lining. Yeah, so you use the bigger size.
The biggest side.
The biggest side of the cloth to cut our lining. The hip side.
Okay.
You use it to put it on the lining. So the lining, you fold it into two. And then the length of the lining, the length was 40, and then I add 2 inches to it, so you 42. So you fold the 2 inches at the down, you fold it and put it on the lining. Okay. So the lining will be 40.
Okay.
Yes, as the way the measurement it is.
Okay.
So
folks, in case you didn't understand anything, let me give you a better explanation of what he was trying to say. What he meant was that you are going to use the biggest side of the front pattern, which is supposed to be the hip, to fold the lining. You do this so that you don't waste your lining fabric. All right. And then she said, because she put an extra 2 inches as a fold allowance on the full length. The full length was 40 inches, and then she added 2 inches at the down, the bar. Therefore, she will fold into the 2 inches so that the lining itself will be exactly 40 inches as the measurement of the customer dictates. All right, so Roxy, let's go.
Okay, so now we are come to cut it.
All right. So when you put the fabric on it, you don't do anything, you just cut.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go.
Cutting the front side.
Okay, so there's the front.
Yes, so remaining the back.
Okay.
So the back you fold it into two.
Okay. That one too, are you going to use the same skull,
yes,
the bigger side?
Yes.
Of the back fabric?
Yes.
All right. Alright, so in case you haven't subscribed to Sew with PaulVin yet, Roxy is here sewing with PaulVin. Therefore, if you are enjoying what we are doing, we deserve a like from you. I think so. We also deserve a share on this video, and I think you have to subscribe to this channel. We beg you, subscribe to Sew with PaulVin so that in case we post any video, you will not miss it. And to guarantee that, you have to click on the bell that you see down there and select all videos so that anytime that PaulVin posts anything, you will never miss a thing. If you're also good as Roxy and you want to teach your skill to people, give me a call on the number I put on the screen. You can call me wherever you are in Ghana. I'll locate you and you will sew with PaulVin.
So as for the back too, you do the same thing at the down.
Okay.
So you fold that one too. The 2 inches, you fold it.
Alright, so
I do the front.
okay.
So and then
So that one we just cut.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm done with it.
So you are done with the cutting.
Yes.
So what's next?
Now you are going to sew.
Alright, so now we are going to sew. As I told you earlier, this video is going to be in two folds. The first one is going to be for the cutting. That's the part one. So we've taught you how to cut the slits, the pencil slit, and how to cut the lining too. So what we are going to do next is to how to sew. The tutorial will be step by step. I'll stand by here and I'll be asking all the necessary questions that you will need to ask as an apprentice. So Roxy has me here as her apprentice today. Therefore, sew with me and you will never miss a thing. Alright, this is your sewing shop online. Roxy, let's go and sew.